The engine groans beneath the night, headlights cut through pale moonlight. Another town fades in my mirror slow, like every place I used to know. There's coffee stains upon my coat and old regrets inside my throat. I keep driving through the rain like a man out running chains. I passed a diner off Route 10 where I once held her hand back then. She laughed like life was still brand new before I broke us into two. Now that booth sits cold and bare, like her perfume still hangs in the air. And every mile I leave behind just pulls her deeper through my mind. It's too late to turn around, too much lost and too far down. Every bridge went up in flames, every road still knows my name. Yeah, the wheels keep humming low through the dark and endless road, and I feel my soul break down, knowing it's too late to turn around. Daddy used to say real clear, son, don't let the bottle steer. But I drowned my nights in whiskey black till I couldn't find my way back. Now his words still echo hard like old train whistles through the yard. Funny how the truth survives long after love and pride both die. Rain falls hard near Wichita like heaven's trying to wash it off. I pull beneath the flickering sign and stare into these hands of mine. Every scar tells where I've been, every cut carved deep within, and all the things I tried to hide still right along beside me tonight. It's too late to turn around, too much lost and too far down. Every promise came apart like rusted wire around my heart. Yeah, the night grows colder now, and I don't know when or how I became this lonely sound that's too late to turn around. A man spends years thinking there'll always be time. Time to fix things, time to say sorry. But time don't wait for nobody. Now dawn creeps up all gray and thin, another day begins again, and somewhere far beyond this road, maybe mercy still unfolds. If I ever make it home, I won't leave again alone. I'll lay these burdens on the ground and finally stop this running down. But tonight it's too late to turn around, still drifting through these empty towns, with every sin I can't outrun and every wrong I've ever done. Yeah, the highway sings my pain through the cold and through the rain, till they lay me in the ground. Too late to turn around. And if you still got someone waiting, don't keep driving, turn around. There's a neon sign outside my room, buzzing soft through the midnight gloom, painted red like a heart in pain, flickering through the pouring rain. I sit alone with a half-filled glass, watching no reflections pass. Every face reminds me slow of people I used to know. There's a jukebox playing somewhere low, an old sad tune from long ago, about a man who lost his way and never found another day. Bartender wipes the counter clean, like he's scrubbing off old dreams. He looks at me but says no word. Guess silence is all that's left to learn. There are ghosts beneath the neon light, dancing through my mind tonight. Every memory comes alive in this place where broken souls survive. Yeah, the smoke hangs heavy in the air, like all the sins I still wear, and every shadow feels the same, like someone whispering my name. I had a father hard as stone, never knew a happy home. He'd drink until the morning sun, then curse the things he had become. Mama tried to keep the peace, praying someday hurt would cease. Now both are buried side by side, and I still carry them inside. I met a woman in Santa Fe who almost made me wanna stay. She danced slow beneath the band and held my rough and restless hands. But I was born with wandering blood, too much pride and too much mud. So before the summer reached its end, I disappeared again. There are ghosts beneath the neon light, dancing through my mind tonight. Every memory comes alive in this place where broken souls survive. Yeah, the whiskey burns, but not enough to bury all this heavy stuff. And every night feels cold as rain when you got no one left to blame. A lonely man don't always look lonely. Sometimes he's the loudest one in the room. Now the hour's late and the crowd grows thin. Another song begins again. I close my eyes and hear her voice, like a memory without a choice. Maybe someday I'll slow down, maybe someday settle down, but tonight the road still calls through these dim motel walls. Yeah, there are ghosts beneath the neon light, walking with me through the night. Every wrong and every scar still follows me, no matter where you are. If heaven shines beyond this pain, past the whiskey and the rain, maybe peace is what I'll find beyond these ghosts inside my mind. And when that neon finally burns out, maybe the ghosts will fade too. that night in New Orleans. Street lights flickered, dull and mean. Rain came down like a warning sign, but I crossed that line one last time. Had $1 left and a heart gone bad, a suitcase filled with things I had done in anger, done in shame. Before the night I lost my name. There was a man in a dark back room, cigarette smoke and cheap perfume. He said, "Son, you look half alive." I said, "That's enough to survive." I played guitar for a glass of gin, while the devil laughed somewhere within. And every chord I tried to sing sounded like broken everything. That was the night I lost my name, somewhere between the whiskey and rain. Every road I walked before didn't matter anymore. Yeah, the world turned black and strange, and I ain't been the same ever since the cold wind came. The night I lost my name. I had a woman waiting home, praying I'd stop drifting alone. But I traded love for empty bars and neon lights beneath the stars. She wrote one last letter then, said, "I can't keep saving you again." Now her words still cut like flame through the ashes of my name. Sheriff sirens filled the air, blue lights flashing everywhere. I ran so hard I couldn't breathe from the truth chasing after me. Funny how a man can hide from the law and all besides, but the hardest thing to face is the mirror and your own disgrace. That was the night I lost my name, somewhere between the whiskey and rain. Every road I walked before didn't matter anymore. Yeah, the sky cried hard that day, like heaven turned away, and I still feel the burning shame from the night I lost my name. You spend enough years running, and one day you wake up and don't recognize the man you became. Now I drift from town to town, watching old leaves falling down, playing songs for strangers late at night, just trying to make things right. And if redemption waits somewhere beyond the smoke and midnight air, I hope it calls me back again before this story finally ends. Yeah, that was the night I lost my name, same. Maybe somewhere down the line there's peace for hearts like mine. Till then I'll walk through hurt and blame with these old boots and this chain, still haunted by the wind and rain from the night I lost my name. And some nights when the rain falls hard enough, I still hear who I used to be. Long black highway beneath my wheels, a broken man and the scars he feels. Midnight wind through a cracked side door, like a voice I heard somewhere before. Coffee cold in a paper cup, Lord knows I've had enough, but the road keeps pulling me ahead like a ghost that ain't done yet. Asked a church by the county line, white wood cross in the pale moonshine. Mama used to take me there back before I stopped my prayers. Now the only hymns I know are truck tires humming low, and the lonely songs I sing to drown out everything. On this long black highway, I keep drifting day by day, trying to outrun all the pain, but it rides beside me just the same. Yeah, the stars burn cold tonight, like judgment in the sky, and every mile pulls me away down this long black highway. I had a woman years ago, soft blue eyes and a heart of gold. She believed I could still change before my soul got lost this way. But I chose bars and endless nights, fists and smoke and neon lights. Now her memory's all I find, somewhere deep inside my mind. Sheriff stopped me near Tulare, said, "Boy, you look worn and weary." I just smiled and tipped my hat, didn't tell him where I was at. Truth is, I don't even know. Been too long on this road. Every town just fades to gray when your soul's worn down this way. On this long black highway, I keep drifting day by day, trying to outrun all the pain, but it rides beside me just the same. Yeah, the moon hangs low tonight over every wrong and right, and every mile pulls me away down this long black highway. A road can carry a man far, but it can't carry the regret that stays with you, like your own shadow. Rain starts falling near dawn light, soft and cold through the night. I pull over by an old gas station sign and stare at that thin horizon line. Maybe somewhere down the road there's a place where broken souls finally lay their burdens down without fear of turning around. Yeah, this long black highway rolls on long after the good is gone. Still I drive through hurt and shame with nobody left to blame. If heaven waits beyond this line, past the whiskey and the fights, I pray someday my soul might stray off this long black highway. And if you see headlights out there in the rain, that might just be another lost soul trying to find his way. Sunday morning in cell block 9, cold steel bars and too much time. Sunlight slips through cracked concrete, but it never reaches where I sleep. Guard walks slow down the hallway line, keys rattling like a warning sign, and every sound cuts through my head like the things I wish I never said. Preacher came around at 10:30, talking about saving broken men. Said redemption waits for us all, even for the ones who fall. I just laughed and looked away. Too much dirt for prayer to say, but deep inside beneath my skin, I wished I could believe him. It's Sunday morning in cell block 9 with a guilty soul and a troubled mind. Every sin comes back somehow, and there ain't no hiding now. Yeah, the walls close in so cold and gray, while memories refuse to fade. And every hour feels like a lifetime on Sunday morning in cell block 9. I still see her by the kitchen door, crying like never before. Suitcase packed beside my feet as I walked away down the street. Said I'd change and settle down, but I kept drifting town to town. Now her photograph's all I own in this cage of stone. Man in the next cell softly cried last night after lights out time. Said he lost his boy at 17. Now he drinks inside his dreams. Funny how pain sounds the same, no matter who a man became. Behind these bars we all can tell everybody's fighting hell. It's Sunday morning in cell block 9 with a guilty soul and a troubled mind. Every sin comes back somehow, and there ain't no hiding now. Yeah, the walls close in so cold and gray, while memories refuse to fade. And every hour feels like a lifetime on Sunday morning in cell block 9. A prison ain't always made of bars. Sometimes it's made of regret, and that kind you carry forever. Rain taps soft against the stone, like heaven calling me back home. I bow my head for the first time and whisper low through the silence, Lord, I know I've lost my way, and I ain't got much left to say. But if mercy still exists, don't forget a man like this. Yeah, it's Sunday morning in cell block 9, and for once I ain't denying every wrong I left behind, every scar carved in my mind. If freedom ever comes my way, I'll spend my final days trying to become a better man than the one locked in this place. And somewhere beyond these walls, the church bells still ring for sinners like me. There's an old depot on the edge of town, boarded windows, paint peeled down. Tracks still run, but the sound feels cold, like a story nobody tells no more. I used to wait there every night, watching trains beneath the light, dreaming someday I'd ride away from this dusty life and all its pain. Daddy worked the rail yard line, hands cut raw by years and time. He'd say, son, don't chase the wind, but I never did know where to begin. Mama prayed beside her bed for every road my boots might tread. Now both are gone and I stand here still with a restless heart I can't fulfill. And the train don't stop here anymore, just rolls on by like before, like the years that slipped away and the words we never got to say. Yeah, I hear that whistle through the dark like a ghost crying through my heart, and every night I feel the pain of that old forgotten train. I had a girl with gentle eyes who saw the good beneath my lies. She'd wait for me by platform 3, believing who I used to be. But I kept chasing city lights and whiskey bars through endless nights, till one day she just let go like smoke drifting from the cold. Now the station clock don't run, stopped sometime back in '81, and every bench and rusted sign feels like another fault of mine. I sit alone where we once stood, thinking maybe I should have stayed good. But a man don't learn till it's too late, and regret arrives like a freight train. Yeah, the train don't stop here anymore, just rolls on by like before, like the years that slipped away and the love I threw away. Still that whistle cuts the night like a blade beneath moonlight, and every echo feels the same, like someone calling out my name. You spend your whole life thinking there'll always be another chance, another train, another road. But some things leave and never come back. Tonight the rain falls soft and slow on tracks buried deep below, and I stand beneath that fading light like a shadow lost tonight. If there's a place where lost souls go, past the hurt and all we know, I pray someday I'll finally find peace beyond these tracks of mine. Yeah, the train don't stop here anymore, not for drifters, not for the poor. It just keeps moving through the years, past broken dreams and silent tears. But maybe somewhere down the line there's forgiveness for a soul like mine. Till then I'll stand here in the rain, listening for that old train. And if you hear that whistle, late at night, hold on tight to the ones you love. Before they're gone. There's a Bible on the dashboard, worn and torn, been writing there since the day I was born. Mama placed it in my hand, said, son, try hard to be a better man. But beside it sits a bottle of gin, like the war I always carry within. One promises salvation someday, the other helps the pain fade away. I drove all night through Arkansas rain, windshield crying like my shame, radio humming a broken tune to the pale white light of a dying moon. Pulled into a town near 2:30, nothing open but a room or two. Bartender looked me in the eyes like he'd heard every one of my lies. It's a Bible and a bottle of gin, trying to decide who's gonna win. One says pray, one says drown, one lifts up, one drags down. Yeah, I've walked this line my whole life long, somewhere between right and wrong. And every night my soul walks thin, between a Bible and a bottle of gin. I had a woman soft and kind who tried to save this heart of mine. She'd wait awake by the kitchen light every single lonely night. But I chose bars and empty roads and left her there with all my ghosts. Now her memory cuts so deep, it's the only thing that keeps me weak. Daddy drank himself to death with regret on every breath. I swore I'd never end that way, now I see him in me every day. The mirror tells the truth too plain, a tired old man wrapped in pain. And every mile I drift along feels farther from a place called home. It's a Bible and a bottle of gin, trying to decide who's gonna win. One says pray, one says drown, one lifts up, one drags down. Yeah, I've walked this line my whole life long, somewhere between right and wrong. And every night my soul walks thin, between a Bible and a bottle of gin. Funny thing about demons, they don't always come with fire. Sometimes they come slow, one drink at a time. Now the snow falls cold tonight on this old motel neon light. I sit alone and bow my head, thinking about the words Mama said. If you get lost, son, don't give in. There's still hope beneath your skin. So I closed my eyes and whispered low, Lord, don't let me go. Yeah, it's a Bible and a bottle of gin, and I'm tired of living like this. If there's mercy left somewhere above, maybe it still believes in love. Yeah, the road's been hard and the night's been long, but maybe I ain't too far gone. And maybe someday peace begins beyond that Bible and a bottle of gin. And tonight, for the first time in years, I set the bottle down.
There's a worn-out sign at the county line, barely standing after all this time. Rust on steel and bullet holes, like the story of my broken soul. I crossed that line at 23, young, wild, and feeling free. Didn't know the road ahead would leave parts of me half dead. Daddy warned me, son, stay clean, don't chase whiskey and broken dreams. But I laughed and slammed that door, a fool convinced he wanted more. Now every town I drift on through feels colder than the last one do. And every night I fight the sound of chains I thought I left behind. 'Cause the devil waits at county line, patient as the hands of time. He don't shout and he don't run, he just waits till the damage done. Yeah, he knows every weakness deep inside, every secret that a man might hide. And Lord, I hear him every night at that lonely county line. About a girl in Tennessee, blue eyes full of faith in me. She said, boy, lay your burdens down, but I kept drifting town to town. I sent one letter years too late, apologies sealed by fate. Never got a word back then, guess some bridges never mend. Sheriff caught me in Tupelo for a fight beneath the neon glow. Spent 3 nights in a cold jail cell with nothing but regrets to tell. And in the silence of that place, I saw my own worn-out face. A tired man too weak to fight, the shadows growing every night. Yeah, the devil waits at county line, patient as the hands of time. He don't shout and he don't run, he just waits till the damage done. Yeah, he knows every weakness deep inside, every secret that a man might hide. And Lord, I hear him every night at that lonely county line. You spend enough years on the run, and sooner or later you realize the thing chasing you ain't behind you, it's inside you. Now winter's creeping through my bones, and every road feels farther from home. I still hear Mama's gentle prayer floating softly through the air. If there's mercy left for me beyond these bars and memories, I hope it shines before I die past that old county line. Yeah, the devil waits at county line, still whispering through my mind, but I ain't running anymore like I did so many times before. If heaven's somewhere down this road, past a hurt and heavy load, maybe peace is what I'll find beyond that county line. And when my time finally comes, lay me down, far from that road, far from that line.
I woke up in a roadside room with a cheap old fan and the smell of gloom. Sunlight cracked through broken blinds like judgment falling across my mind. I got a bottle sitting by the bed and echoes ringing in my head. Can't remember where I've been, but I know damn well the shape I'm in. Truck tires hum on Highway 9 like a mournful song through the pines. I lit a smoke with shaky hands and watched the ash fall where I stand. A waitress asked if I was alright. I said, ma'am, not tonight. She just nodded like she knew. Some men are born to lose. It's whiskey dust and empty roads. That's the life I've always known. Every mile just drags me down, further from my hometown. Yeah, the night gets cold when you're alone, with a broken heart carved in the stone. And all that's left when the fire grows old is whiskey dust and empty roads. I had a brother years ago, strong as steel and hard as stone. We used to dream beneath those stars, and now he rests beneath the yard. Mama cried the day he died. Daddy never spoke, just drank all night. That house turned dark from room to room, like a church abandoned to its doom. There's a girl back south I still recall, long black hair and a voice so soft. She begged me not to leave that year, but I chose the road instead of her. Now her memory rides shotgun still through every town and every hill, and every song I sing out loud still makes me miss her now. It's whiskey dust and empty roads. That's the life I've always known. But every mile just drags me down, further from my hometown. Yeah, the night gets cold when you're alone, with a broken heart carved in the stone. And all that's left when the fire grows old is whiskey dust and empty roads. Funny thing about the road, it keeps telling you to move, even when your soul already stops somewhere behind you. Rain came down near Baton Rouge, cold enough to shake a man loose. I stood beneath the flickering light, trying to outrun another night. but there ain't no place left I can hide from the guilt I keep inside. And every town starts looking the same when you're running from your name. Yeah, it's whiskey dust and empty roads, a tired heart and a heavy load, still driving on through hurt and pain, like a ghost lost in the rain. If there's mercy somewhere ahead for the living and the dead, I pray someday my soul might know more than a whiskey dust, empty road. And if you see me passing through, don't ask where I've been. Just pour the whiskey and let the silence speak. Rain fell hard on an empty street, cold night wind at my tired feet. Neon signs buzz soft and low like voices from a life ago. I pulled my coat against the storm, trying to keep my old heart warm, but memories cut like a rusty chain, and every drop still spoke your name. There's a bar downtown where I used to play songs for people drifting away. Smoke hung thick in the pale blue light, like ghosts still living in the night. Old Joe said, "Boy, you look half dead," as he poured cheap whiskey red. I just smiled and looked away. A broken man got nothing to say. I'm just a man beneath the rain, carrying around this hurt and pain. Every road I took went wrong, still I keep traveling on. Yeah, the sky cries cold and gray, like it knows I lost my way, and every night feels just the same for the man beneath the rain. I had a woman once, long ago, with gentle hands and a heart of gold. She believed in every word I said, even when my soul turned black instead. I told her I'd come back someday, but the devil pulled me far away. Now her memory's all I hold in this world growing hard and cold. Train tracks hum through the midnight air like a lonely prayer going nowhere. I stand alone where the shadows fall, hearing echoes down the hall. There's a suitcase worn and old, filled with things I never told, and every mile I leave behind still keeps her locked inside my mind. I'm just the man beneath the rain, carrying around this hurt and pain. Every road I took went wrong, still I keep traveling on. Yeah, the sky cries cold and gray, like it knows I lost my way, and every night feels just the same for the man beneath the rain. A man can lose everything: his home, his love,
even his own name. But the hardest thing to lose is peace. Morning comes, but it brings no light, just another day to survive. And these old boots beneath my feet still walk a road with no relief. If I could turn back time somehow, I'd hold her close right now. But time moves on like a runaway train and leaves you standing in the rain. Yeah, I'm still the man beneath the rain, with a soul worn down by chains. Every prayer I tried to pray got lost somewhere along the way. If heaven's waiting down the line, I hope it forgives this heart of mine. Till then I'll walk through hurt and shame as the man beneath the rain. And when the rain finally stops, maybe I'll find my way home.